Here we go. Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the infinite aid to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Let me grab my tea down here. Oh, darling. Darling. The things that are occurring. You know, so I'm tired of like how do I say this? I think I've had enough with the games and the loopholes of dark workings, and I'm just deciding to be more specific. This was originally entitled Level Unlocked for me, Volume 1, but I just decided it was better, and I checked the energy and it was better to have it Gifts Unlocked for To the Inner Wild, Volume 1. It's time for me to be more specific. So these are the energy cards, yep. Yes. Queen of Pentacles on the left side in reversal. I was a bit shocked. I was like, in reversal? Yeah. I'm a little down. So I'm going to take that as a Six of Pentacles in its like glorified sense in reversal. It's time for me to receive. I know who I am. I know what I've done. I know what I can do. And I know that there's plenty more that I can do. So it's time for me to receive, okay? It's time for Tina, for me, to the inner wild, to receive. Then on the right side, the doing side, is the Hermit card in reversal. It's awareness, yeah. I see the light. I want to feel the light, though. I want to feel the fucking light, okay? I want to feel the warmth on my skin. Just like how a cat basks in the window. To the windows, yeah. Not to the walls. All right, so let me just check this right here. Give me a second. Okay, are we doing the header cards on here? No, I think that's enough for that. All right, so I found a bunch of cards that I had put away, and I'm gonna use them for this. Okay, so this is headers. Yeah, headers from this one. This is dream inspirational cards. Oh my gosh, not interpretational. Inspirational. Fantastic. Just what I needed. Yeah. Because even this Thanksgiving doesn't look so great. Okay. That's funny. For sure. It doesn't feel... I was just talking about Thanksgiving, and look, this came in reversal. Okay. Look at it. Okay. It's in reversal. It opened up to this card right over here. So, energy is ringing true. You know I'm not bullshitting you when it just, like, comes up like that. Let me see it in its brighter light. Yeah. Everyone's enjoying a feast. Everyone is. But this is like the makers, like the top of the top, you know? This is, hold on, let me just get this light situated here. Okay. Let me see if I can kind of, it looks like extra dark right now, even though we have this light. Give me a second. Hello. Let me see if I can turn it around quick so I can show you. So that's, and it's easier for me to see as well. Okay, so it opened up to that. Underground portals. Is this an underground portal? Yes. No. Is this, I don't know. It just feels like, fucking, I don't know. Okay, so right over here. That's the stuff in reversal. Okay. But do you see, like, let me zoom in. So these makers, like these chefs in these suits, they're celebrating. They're celebrating here, having a very, like, Hunger Games ritualistic celebration. Okay, it's in reversal though. Does that mean that they're doing this underground, or does that mean that it's not going to happen for them? Underground, or not happening? Not happening for them. So they're having shitty times too. But is that a karma-based thing or a preferential thing? Karma, preferential. Karma, preferential. First it was preferential, then it said karma. Let me see here. It's actually karma. You know, when people do really, really, really dark things, they don't like to admit. Oh, you said karma too. Your vote is karma. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, you win. Okay. Or we win. But yeah, karma, I guess things are not looking so hot for them. Yeah, so some people who are engaging in really dark practices, or do people really dirty constantly, and then they recognize karma because they're obviously within the understandings of the occult, and they understand that, like, to accept defeat is also to admit, I'm sorry, to admit defeat is partially accepting it. And it's like, so they don't want to accept, the full brunt of it. But it's not, like, partially it's a matter of pride, but then the other part is, like, they don't want the other energies they don't want to give any credibility to their supposed opponents, or who they're after. And so that's usually, yeah, nobody wins in your opinion. Yeah, definitely. But I'm not understanding this part of it. Like, it's a closed portal, it looks like. Let me just check the energy. Closed portal. That's partially it. Like, whoever's here in this industry, whatever, this grouping, it's usually like kind of an open door, like they'll accept like new initiates or whatnot into their grouping. But because things are not going so well, they have to no longer limit it, but like actually close doors to it. It's like the less heads to feed, the less, the less share to bring around. So looking at that, let me see here. Closed, open, close, open. Okay. So dominantly it's closed. I mean, you could have some truth to that, but let me just check here. An upright. Oh, you know what? Someone has seen a loophole. Someone has shown the crowd of regulars, us, or ordinary suits, or commoners, even pilgrimers. You see that? Yeah, what is that they're holding? A rock? Oh my goodness. Commoners, I would say. Consumers, because there's a huge batch of consumers, a mix of suits, but they're not the makers, type, right? So, yeah, a mix of consumers has spotted the loophole, the route to there. And look, there's more. They're like, hey, over here. There's more of us over here. So we're not the only ones that are seeing this. So I think that's actually closed because of that. Okay, so give me a second here. I don't know what that has to do relative to me, but I guess it's just like everybody's not Well, I don't want to doom everybody to a sloppy Thanksgiving. That's funny. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the header cards for me, for To the Inner Wild. Okay. Okay. Why? Why is this? What does this keep coming here? This is a perspective view, a shift in perspective. Okay. So is this what is required of me, or what's suggested? Required of me, a shift in perspective, because as you can see here, I don't think it's this way or that way, you know. It's instead of portrait view, it's supposed to be landscape, or even more so panoramic view. So I have to shift my perspective. Let me see here. Left, right. I guess with these cards, what the norm would be counterclockwise. So counterintuitive. Yes? No. Yeah. It's a yes and a no. Since these are dream inspirational cards, I can do it either way. Yeah, exactly. It reminds me of Sideways Stories at Wayside School. That elementary book. All kinds of adventurous things that had happened. I think that was one of my last favorite books encountered in grade school. Yeah. So here, this is the original way in which it was received, okay? It looks like kind of like a chip off the old block, because the legs look very similar to the pinnacle on the top. So, it's like reaching a plateau. But that's your foundation, okay? That's my foundation. And with a given wind change, the legs snap off, and you have to just trust that fall. That's what it looks like here for me. What the fuck is that? Okay. All right, gifts unlocked. Let's look forward to that. Let's look forward to that. Is that right? Old man. Young woman. I could see the difference in that, yeah. Okay. All right, so header cards for me. Okay. Boop. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, we have a double on them. Okay, so left side is okay. Another. There's detectives. There's PIs. I don't understand. There's all kinds of PIs, onlookers on the left side. Gifts unlocked. Okay, so this is the recipient side. So there's a lot of people nosing around in my business. That's for sure. People know where I live, what I do on a norm. So I guess the gift unlocked in here, gifts unlocked, is I have a bunch of watchers. So not only, like, if anybody decides to, watch, hack into my life or whatever, they're also being watched, and they have to worry about who they're being watched by. There's layers of them. There's, see, some that you do recognize as PIs, some that you just don't know, like, where the fuck they came from. Yeah, this is almost like time traveling energy as well. You see? Like, nobody knows where that came from. And so you have to wonder with the realms of watchers, who they're associated with, what's their what they can do. Not what they can't, but what they can do. Yeah. Like, let's say the very best, unknown hacker, let's say the Banksy of hackers, is this energy here, or one of these energies. But then there's even someone else. There's someone else that arises in the picture that hacks into their life, and they're like, how the fuck did that happen? I am the best. I am known underground to be the best. How is someone hacking into my life? And what, like, how did this part of my life get fucked up? So they have to worry about, they have to watch their backs too. On my doing side, I have wonderful resources. I have excellent resources, like Giving Tree resources, that are very much tapped in, that I can access and deliver. How crazy is that? Yeah, there is always someone. Yeah. So tapped into that. That's so excellent. Like, here I am just wondering, like, I don't know where my life is going. I don't know how much trouble it's going to get me into, but I've survived this far, and I know I'm following the routes of what I'm supposed to be doing. If I wasn't, then why the fuck would anybody be interested in, following me around when I'm doing regular grocery shopping, or, I don't know, going to the fucking mailbox, going to my fucking car, like, why would anybody be that? So it's like, I find it futile for anyone to question me on my doings. So there's that. And then over here in reversal is like a welcoming, an initiation to a new home, or like the key to a new entry, a new portal. So it's in reversal because, okay, doing that is to follow. That is, I don't think it's to follow. This is to come to, on its way. No. Already here. I don't know, what is this? It's already here. It's already here. What the heck does that mean? Okay. I think it is underground. I don't know why it would be like that. It's discreet. Yeah. Oh my God. She's blindfolded. She's blindfolded. These bigger figures are giving her the way through. So, okay. So it's in reversal because what? It's underground. There's discretion. There's discretion advised here. And I kept asking if is it only for me? And it was silent, like no. But it wasn't like a no, like it's made for me and whoever I let in. whoever I admit in. But this is not like a regular. There's also a series of checkpoints, because I know that there's a lot of trickery involved, and because I have access to this, people are like dumb, sometimes, and so they'll do things to trick me to get access to this as well. That is true. Yeah. All right. So I have access to that. Yeah. Today I don't feel it. Today I just don't feel it. So I grabbed some candy to make myself feel a little bit better. A little bit better. And after I have my refreshed thing of hot tea, I will make myself some hot coffee. And maybe exercise a bit and stretch, and maybe I'll get better at dance. I find the better I condition and kind of get in flow, my mind just not overthink things, I'm a lot better of a dancer. So even though I may not return to that life, I just like to have some kind of fallback. And feeling pretty is a very nice thing. It's a very powerful thing. Even if you don't share it, feels I don't know. I don't think I need to explain. Okay, so those are the header cards. Yes. All right. What else? Okay. What cards am I going to use here? Okay, I can continue on with these cards. Maybe this too? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I brought my book here. It wasn't that hard to access. On master number 55. So that, because like I couldn't really remember, the Master Explorer dash Creator 55-1. There is no vibration that brings change and new beginnings more than 55-1. Whether forced or unforced, voluntary or involuntary, this cipher creates experiences that produces a new sense of direction, independence, discovery, creation. The 55-1 is highly different from 44-8, where the latter desires structure, conventionality, practicality, conformity, and tradition. This this vibration craves to explore and find new and different answers to old precepts and traditions. It is a vibration that pulls anchor and points the bow of the ship in a whole new direction. The roots of our attachments get severed under this vibration. Oh, yeah, that dive off cliff thing, yeah, and there is massive change in which, if we're encased in a 4 vibration, is not received well. However, if we're a 1 or a 5 and this vibration blows our way, we ride the crest of the wave with familiarity and comfort and play in the wind as if it were our best friend. The exploration experience with this cipher may be physical, structural, emotional, psychological, scientific, philosophical, spiritual. There are no limits or boundaries that can hold this energy. It moves, it changes, it discovers, it creates, it breaks bonds and shatters shackles. It leads and it does so on its own way, for it is highly independent. One always goes first, because they have the vision, the courage, the strength, the will, the drive to make it all happen. They don't care to follow, will not follow. Nor do they care to run with a crowd unless they're in front of it, leading the way, blazing the trail, waving their arm forward and onward with the cry, "Follow me!" Okay, the 55-1 vibration can be difficult for some people to embrace because it brings such revolutionary change and new direction. But change is important, especially if we're on an upward spiral. We cannot grow if we do not change. We cannot experience the new if we're clinging to the old. Being rooted may be the way to comfort, but it is not the way to freedom. We must be willing to let go and move on. If this vibration breezes through our chart, we will be forced to let go and move on involuntarily. To fight the change only brings stress. We must learn to accept and adjust to the ever-changing currents of our lives, because if there is one thing that is certain, it is change. And if there is one thing that is certain with 55-1, it is revolutionary change heralding new beginnings. Historically, the known figures containing the 55-1 vibration in their charts include General Douglas MacArthur, Marlon Brando, Ingrid Bergman, Bill Gates, Ray Charles, and August Anheuser-Busch. To look at this list leaves no question about this vibration. Each of these figures and personalities blazed trails and did what only the 55-1 can do: explore, experience, create, and lead. That's crazy. That's good, right? Well, thank you. I don't talk about my nationality here, my background too much, because I don't like people putting me in boxes, and there are certain assumptions that are made, and I just I consider, like, with all that I'm learning so far, who's to know, like, is this really how it is? Is this how I really came to be, you know? And so I don't like to isolate myself to that. But thank you for asking. Thank you for your curiosities. Actually, I need more of this. So that's really interesting that I started off with what card? This card, you know. Fucking crazy, huh? Okay. So maybe I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to lose this house? I might... Hold on. No, I'm not supposed to. So, which is like great news. I would, you know. But I think I'm supposed to carry on the attitude as though like, remember those stories of, Jesus Christ and the agony in the garden? Is that what they call it? Anyway, there's Stations of the Cross, right? And so there's the movement, the journey to the actual crucifixion, and I don't know if I'm remembering everything all right, but I'm broadening the whole uh, story of it. But I do remember. I think Agony in the Garden is where, like, he was really upset. He was crying. He was really upset. Like, Father, do I really have to follow through with this? Like, is there any other way? Or, like, even the agony in just getting over the griping part is also the sadness of, like, sharing the sadness of your friends are not your friends. Your people are not your people. Um, Yeah. This sucks. Are you sure it has to go down like this? You know? So, there's all of that. So, I figure, well, I'm not getting nailed to a cross, am I? I'm just possibly going through the loss of something. Like, the only asset that I have left is, it's not like I can go back to same old establishments. Like, things have changed. And so, everyone is like, wised up to me, so they require more. If you want to get back to an establishment, you're going to have to give more. And it's like, you know, the people that hate me or hate energies like me, you know, it's their dreams come true. Like, that kind of energy. And, like, I could give a shit less about that, but I know that, like, it just doesn't really make sense, because if I were to really fold into all of that, like, okay, so they get their shits and giggles and like, oh, I feel, you know, shit ton better. But then, like, what happens after that? You know, what happens after that? Like, let's say I die and I die away, I crumple away, and everything about me, anything about my existence is erased, wiped away. So then, what goes for them? Like what do they just like search along like for the next person? And I don't understand, like, what happens next after that. Everybody goes on to their regular lives, and they gripe even more because, you know, I don't know, or it's just like everything goes back to normal. Everything cannot go back to normal. I know that for sure. Even if I was wiped away from existence, from this point forward, things would not go back to normal. You know, they say the spirit never dies, so I just don't know how that would all roll, you know. I'm sure my kids would be fine. Yeah, they're not dumb, that's for sure. They're definitely not dumb. So but I don't know where it goes from here, you know. I do not know. But why did we even start with all of that? Holy crap. Oh yeah, the Jesus thing. So, yeah, I mean, the adventure part of it, like, I hardly ever go out of my house. I used to go to the beach like 2 or 3 times a week, whether I was working full-time, part-time, or not. I was. And I don't know why I don't go anymore. I think the original reason was because of gas money. um, and so I think it's mainly that. And then as far as walking, I don't really adventure out. I'll go every now and then. I never regret it. I never regret when I go out for my walks, whether it's at the beach or a park or whatever. But I just, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just fine indoors. There's a lot to do, a lot to work on. Yeah. I guess I figure that, I don't know. I just decide what's the point of going out. It always costs something, even as low as like gas money. I mean, I don't know. Just figure. Sometimes like sometimes I figure like let me just get to this because my mind is really starting to get upset. Should I go to this? Anyway, I just figure I'm doing this and I don't really feel, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I go out, it should mainly be for me. Just like when I do things here. But oh no, give me a second. Where did my thing go? Oh, I see it. Okay, I see it. Don't need to blow my nose. I don't know. Okay, let me get some words of advice because this is about gifts unlocked for To the Inner Wild. It's volume 1. This is gonna be my first one. This is the pilot episode. Come on, come on. I am the Gemini Walrus. Goo goo gachoop. Okay, we're all together. Okay. Gemini Walrus power. What is this? Okay. Left side, 10 of Swords. Right side, the Emperor. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is a fierce Emperor. I'm a fierce Emperor. We got some fierce business ahead of us, walrus eyes. What's the pluralized version of walrus? Is it walruses? Or is it walrus eye? I gotta blow my nose because I do feel like there's a drip right there, just waiting to like splash. Oopsie daisies. Okay, what's going on with those? Thank you so much. Okay. Coming right through. Okay. We're back. That's crazy. The Emperor and the 10 of Swords. Holy smokes. These are my lucky walrus eyes. Yeah. This is assassin energy. Just killing it. Look at that. They're even cuter. Look at that. Wouldn't you want to adopt these? So cool. Okay. So fuck going back to the establishments. Fuck that. Gifts unlocked. Oh gosh. Give me a second. Okay. Wow, that's wonderful. Gifts unlocked. Okay. Internal, external. It's internal and external. That's great. So I'm associating with better crowds, like more yeah, more of like minds. I feel like That's a good thing. Let me check here. Yeah, I'll wear these. That's wonderful. Wonderful news. Okay. So then what does that mean, though? What does that mean? If, like, I think that just means, I think the universes are having me, like, take it easy or something. Like, it's not 100% easy mode, but they're trying to make it simple for me just because they know my patterns, and they know that it's hard for me to go outside. The They know generally what I think of the world when I step out into it. Just, I should be thinking bigger and doing bigger things. So anyway, there's that. Okay. What do they want me to divulge? Hello. No, it's not only you. Justice and strength. Da-da-da. So wonderful things are like gifts unlocked. I don't even know if I had that as singular or pluralized, but pilot 1 episode is coming through like plot twists, like slap me in the face. Whap! Whop, 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 whop. Yeah. Justice. Come on, get it together. Get it together. What? That's crazy. I don't understand. Like, so these are kind of like rough milestones, paving the way through. And then they just got the sweet stuff, justice. Da, 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 da. Okay. As I said before, I don't want to put up with people that are just a waste of my time. So, okay. What else do you want me to discuss? Knight of Swords in reverse. Focused energy. All right, what is required of me at this time? Like, let's talk about, okay, so any more gifts unlocked for me for To the Inner Wild? Yes. Just for To the Inner Wild. Discretion? No, I can share. Okay. Extroverted in, what is this? It's in reversal. Again. Extroverted. This is an industrious King of Pentacles, like super duper industrious, that wears many crowns, not just many hats, but many crowns. So this is an empire, and see it like that. So it's in reversal, extroverted for me. This is external though. Someone's really focused on me. Someone that is of this stature is very much focused in my direction. It consume a lot of real estate in their mental scapes. Is this good? Bad? Neutral? This is beneficial, is what they say. Good. Bad. Good. Bad. Neutral. Bad. Good. Right now it's neutral. It's an observation. What the heck? I mean, for someone like me at this state, it would feel like, what an honor. It would feel like a profound experience to be observed by I mean, I'm not I don't, I just think it's kind of funny because it's telling me that I'm already at this energy, and this proves like attracts like, though I'm not fully in this seeding. I guess when you reach that level of expert mode, I don't know, it doesn't fucking matter, like, but it would be foolish to group this as to either if this is good or bad. At this state, at this level of thinking, there's when you're in observation mode, it requires neutrality. Like, by default, it is meant to be conducted in its neutral stance. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this position. So focus on me, okay? That's a gift, you know. It's sort of, it falls under the category of free publicity almost, because this energy has far more things to consume their being with. So that says a lot already. What do they wonder? Yeah, okay, let's ask that. What do they wonder? This way? Where is this? This way. Yeah? Okay. 9 of Wands. Presence showing up above things. Above the rest. Above the rest of the other tools. Sorry. Okay. See, these are tools in which to clean, to conduct matters. But like standing above the rest, there's something about ladder climbing. I don't know if I ladder climbed, but maybe they think that I ladder climbed. Okay. So I stand above the rest, which appear to be tools, and now the rest, they think I'm gonna ladder climb. Oh, there's an opportunity for me to ladder climb, but I don't think it's in its negative sense. Like, once you rise above, the dominant part of the competition, I guess one of them is kind of above, but I'm still, with how I got this far, it's still way above this height. Do you see? So there might be some judgments made by those that are kind of like higher on the totem pole, I suppose. Like, I guess, have been invested longer. So there's questionability on my standing to get on the ladder. And so there's I'm at the point where I can, what do you call it? Basically network. She's in a black dress, a black cocktail dress. Still holding, her own. Yeah. Okay. I'm still holding my own. Oh, and there's one that's giving me leverage, like a boost up. Like, hey, I believe in you. That's sweet. Interesting. Okay. So that's what they're wondering, okay? About me, like how I got here. Okay. Anything more? Yeah, just take them up, right? 7 of Swords in reverse and 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, no bullshit. I belong there. The 3 of Pentacles, these are opportunities. So, that's what I was saying. The ladder climbing thing wasn't like, like an insult or a negative comment. It was more like, you're on this ladder and you're on your way to the top. I'm on my way to the top. And so there's leverage, like in networking, meeting people, and gaining greater heights with like better traction. That's basically an ascended railroad. So yeah, no bullshit. Like no cutting people to get my way. And yeah, look, there's a panel observing the work that I'm doing, my craftsmanship. That's funny. Like, I'm built to do this. I just realized she's not holding them, she's embodying them. That's strange that they would pick a Phillips, like a flathead screwdriver rather than a Phillips head. Because I would think that the Phillips head would be more constructive. But if you really think about it, if you pick one or the other, the makings of a Phillips head versus a flathead can still have workability on the Phillips head. You know what I mean? And know what I mean? The screws, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool. All right, anything else? What are they wondering? So I guess they're wondering is probably not the best descriptive for it. It's more like, what are they focused on? Yeah, what are they focusing on? Grapes. All right. Let's see what else they're focusing on. What you focusing on? Okay. I'm gonna get one more here. Gift unlocked for To the Inner Wild, Volume 1. This is the one. This is the one. I don't know. A bird. This is like a zoo. And introductions. These are introductions. Like, I'm on stage. This is an introduction. An impromptu introduction. You see? This is a bird. Tribal bird. Kind of like Captain Hook kind of adventure type of thing going on. It seems like they're walking a plank of a stage. And they're meeting with like rough counterparts, I guess. Yeah, it appears so. They're also on stage. Energies that are very like intimidating to be on stage with and to interact with. But do you see in the like who's watching? There's a lion, there's a gorilla, which are very intimidating as well, but they're part of the spectators. So that says a lot about me being on stage with these energies. Like, that's crazy. Appearing with these, like, introduction. That's crazy. Oh, and it took off its mask. In the other hand, right here, you see it's taken off a mask. I don't know what kind of a mask it is. It looks like a lion as well. Or, yeah, it looks like a lion. Yeah, it looks like a lion, but it's a bird. What the frick? So, oh, if we're talking about, like, starseed energy, it's like, haha, you thought I was a Lyran. The cat type thing. But I'm a blue avian. I'm ancient. I'm even more ancient. I think blue avians are the are more ancient than Lyrans. I think Lyrans I don't know. They're ancient too, but I forget which one is like a collective after like certain warring zones in the galactic empires, the starseed realm. That there's fugitive, not fugitives, but immigrants that have to transfer out to other locations, and they become one of their own kind, citizens of their own kind. So like, ha ha ha, you thought I was just a Lyran. I kind of am, but I'm also an avian. That's crazy. I don't know what kind of rhinoceros race there is, like culturally around there. I've never heard of the rhinoceros kind. Maybe like reptilian kind of thing. Maybe those are ancient. I don't know. I had to look that one up. But gift unlocked. The ability to have showcased presence, to have an elite crowd, like one that has certain standards, developing standards even, not set. I like it. I like it. So what are they focused on? Tell me more. Tell me more. Oh, okay. Talking about this, it says stage and performance-wise, live, with other beings. What do they like? For all I know, it could be Jumanji in my room, but I don't see. I don't see it energetically. Okay, so what do they see? So the gift of presence is what's high priestess, and yeah. So the gift of um okay, let's talk on a lower level casual sense. Aura farming is basically getting the attention of valuable assets out there. So their auras are also fixated, like kind of connecting with your own. So it's aura farming. So to have these energies present around me is also a blessing. But I am also a blessing. So my guys are telling me, don't forget about you, Tina. Don't forget about you. Okay, so the high priest is here. I know. So they're is this internal? External. Internal. External. Let me bring it back over here. Give me a second. Internal. External. Both. Internal. External. External. They don't label it. Exterior. Interior. Here it's like a higher dimensional kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. They don't want to. They're not answering to it because they're like, that's a dumb question. If you really, if we have to bring it down to the level, like who's higher, who knows more? No. When you like with avians, they're super duper 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 smart from what I've learned. So um, the standards of intelligence here, even just on Earth, even just like USA, even just California, even just Southern California. When you break it down to like its minuscule versus like expansive sense, that's a dumb question. So like 3D, like okay, pertaining to the region, pertaining to the dimension, they're lower grade questions. Okay, when you're thinking and being on a higher dimension, um it kind of it's leveled out. There's the already high priestess like has high priestess down here has like can't hold a light to anyone of that region. So it's like me saying like, oh, am I the high priestess or is Archangel Michael, high priestess status? It would be that dumb. So so I'm on the level. I'm on the level. Whatever that thing is about knowing, I'm on that level. the world in reverse. Yeah, like the world, like the world doesn't, don't, remember, you, when you're vibrating, on a different plane in a higher frequency, like regular worldly matters don't, they're very minuscule. They really are. Does he like me? Does she like me? Blah blah. What are they thinking of me? It's like, there's so many bigger things happening, and that could happen. And so, yeah, the language, there's a language difference, and a different valuation of currency exchange, between like dimensions of thinking, and being. So this is great because I'm not just recognized, I'm admired. Like, let me pour you one. Let's celebrate, Tina. You got here. I got here. To the inner wild is here. And so this is beautiful. Like, never mind, let's not talk about like small, like earthly things, okay? This is the enjoyment of presence, like the huge welcoming. This is really nice, actually. This is weird. This is weird. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what's headed for me, but let me have some more tea because I need to hydrate a bit. What else? Oh look! Oh my gosh! I don't know what was it like this? Look. I guess what split in the cut deck was the Empress card because we have these following up. Let's put it like that. Because I saw Page of Swords in reversal at the end. And I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in all of that. Where I left off with these worldly matters. Okay, anything else that you want to tell me here? From that, their focus. Okay, so we celebrate. We celebrate. That, oh my gosh, with the whole giving tree thing, I don't like, this is free time that I'm supposed to enjoy. Like I advanced this far, let's say like when we're in grade school again, and we got like, we sped through our homework, we got it all like right, we already, like, we weren't just getting through it just to get through it, but we did all the things that we were supposed to do, not just on time but early. But now we have free time. Everybody was supposed to be granted free time, really. That was the luxury of that, of you know, of like, you know, certain special days, like the day before, or like the Friday before Thanksgiving. It's everybody's supposed to be granted free time, but like this is extra free time because we got done way sooner. And so the free time is supposed to be the allowance, not with stipulations like, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, no, blah 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 blah. Like, it's supposed to be enjoyable. So like, why the fuck can't Tina enjoy it? Why is she still worrying about all this bullshit? Like, this is ridiculous. So, they're just reminding me, seriously, enjoy your free time. Okay. Okay. So, oh, the Sun card and the Ace of Swords. Like, wouldn't you know it, for sure. Sirens. Like, there is a serious problem. There must be some energy still trying to, like, get at her cake. Trying to get a piece. Trying to get a piece. Trying to get a piece. Like, trying to not just poke the bear, but, like, shank the bear. You know? So, you know, rain on the parade. Let's say, like, simple enjoyments like cooking a meal or whatever. What, like, oogity boogity is like, all of a sudden, for some reason, like, I usually have focus, but then, I end up, like, cutting myself, you know, on that, like, while, like, trying to prep a meal, you know, some shit like that. And it's, or something as stupid as, you know, your meal's ready, but then, you know, you're walking off to like have, share the meal or whatever. And you drop the fork, but it drops like one of the things, like the biscuit or whatever. And it's like, stuff like that. So I think there's recognition on that more so than usual. Like, I honestly don't know how these like bigger forming entities that are, legit, how much static they received, how much occult mishaps they encountered, if any, or if this is like, if this is new or if this is familiar to them. I don't know. But there's a truth in that, because like I freaking burped. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so that's what they have observed. All right, so gift unlocked. Gifts unlocked, volume 1. I think it's time. I'm gonna do the whatchamacallit, the bananagrams. Judgment in reverse. 8 of Wands in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Wands, and 10 of Wands. The things that are happening to those energies, those backstabbers, those oogity boogities, even if it was like paid request or whatever, or even like maybe not paid, I was like let in that maybe, any paid like police officers that were meant to like fuck around, or like any paid officials, or non-officials even, to do me harm, to do me and my children harm, or any of my family harm. Like, perhaps they were not just paid in like reputation, like intangible, like forms of wealth, or monetary like assets, that kind of thing. Perhaps it's like they know, they associate with people, like, or they sleep with people, and like, oh, that's my cousin. Yeah, okay, cousin, can you do this for me, etc., etc. There are forms of that also embedded in, like, they will be targeted as well. Like, yeah. So anyway, their karma is really none of my business. It doesn't need to be communicated with me. It will be handled. I have the golden ticket. It still remains in my hands. Clean, basically. And essence of home, like, I still got it. Can I say it? Okay, I'll say it in its general sense. Yes. Okay, so they're like, I was on the phone the other day, or like talking to somebody, and they're like, why didn't you tell me sooner? And I'm like, I told them, I can quote this, because it's not supposed to happen like that. It's not supposed to happen like that. I'm supposed to keep my home. And it wasn't the level of conversation and association where I could say, like, I've done several readings. Every reading, every time I check the energy, it always told me that I am supposed to keep my home. And I am meant to keep my home. It is planned that way. It is like, it's not just like I'm supposed to, but it won't happen. No, it's like, if you were to bet everything on that, it's supposed to happen. It's a sure win. And they don't want me to engage in the possibilities or the consequence of it not happening, because they're that dire. Do you understand? Like, we're not, we're not even engaging like, I wish a motherfucker would, there, it's that, like, we're not even gonna talk about it, because this is like almost like mafia style, but like on steroids. Like, if you don't get it now, there's something there's something like that sort. So I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, but it's not topic to be discussed. That's what it is. It's like, yeah, there's that. So 10 of Wands right behind it though. I mean, 14 Wands, that's the Temperance card. A lot of things are being stirred at this time. But it's like stirred as an alchemy. Like, you ordered this mixed drink. You ordered this, like, what is it? This is a tall order. Yeah. There's something about it where, like, this is a realm of alchemy. Kind of like, gosh, why is my so, um this is whatchamacallit? Really, what is it? This is alchemy. Like, oh, like you made your bed, now lie in it. But this is a thing that you ordered. We're just mixing it up. And I realized why I don't mix up my like when I have iced coffee and I pour in different ingredients. It's whatchamacallit? It's like James Bond. I'd read like, because I tried it when I got a separate cup the last time, one of the times anyway, and I prefer it shaken, not stirred, to do its own thing. Like, there's something about the chemistry in which it's different when you stir it versus, shake it or let it be on its own. So yeah, there's that. 10 of Wands. Yeah, a lot has already gone into my home and my hearth atmosphere. They they definitely want to honor the petition that I put forth in keeping it. So there's that. Okay. All right. Is it bananagrams time? Yes. Yes. We'll do bananagrams time. Okay. Excuse me. Let me scoot over just a little bit. Okay, I think we can do it like that. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Ah, there we go. Feels like I'm on a high chair. Okay. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay. Scoot it, scoot it. Okay, let's write for me. Okay, what goes first? E. Okay. So this could be like an electrical plug outlet thing. Yeah, like the plug, the three prong plug. So that's for like bigger artillery, bigger appliances is what they're saying. Okay. So maybe my connections are stronger. Yeah, I have more heavy artillery. Heavy artillery too. Okay, VN T I WOTUI CXWOMNODM. Mondo. Clout actually is hidden here. It's with a lowercase L. I'm seeing dynamo, but I don't have the Y here. It's just, you can see it. And there's no A. But that's what it's showing me. Winnie. even though there's only one N. Obviously, there's win. Connecticut. Do. Like D-O-U... is it D-E-U-X? D-U-E-X? I think it's D-U-E-X. But it's also D-O-U-X. I don't know what that means. Now. Dom. Wix. W-I-X. The fuck does that mean? Ticks, like tickets. Abbreviation anyway, like in slang. Something about New Year's Eve, but prefixing it, like whatever this is happening, it's gonna happen before the new year, the upcoming year. Having two W's. Oh, I see twin as well. Also Twix. Twix is probably my favorite, like, over-the-counter chocolate bar. Chocolate candy bar that you could find basically anywhere. Yeah. Gosh, I feel like one right now. All right, let's look at names real quick, okay? Vinny. So that would be Vince. I think we also even have the letters for Vincent. Oh, we only have... No, we only need one E. Vincent is here, okay. Vic, so Victor. Okay, there could be an association to Niles. I hear something creak in the background. There's Niles in the background because there's no S here, and then I have to use one of the L's as a lowercase L. Nori, that's a nickname though. Nix, yeah. Nix, also Nic, Nick. So that would be a Nicholas or Dominic, or Dominique, I don't know. So when I said Winnie, it could also be Winona. Tux is here, so there's, some kind of formality here, like the James Bond type of thing. Tori. Tony. Tom. Or Thomas. I'm hearing Tom Riddle. So, yeah, there's definitely, like, spy energy, like, mischievous, is Tom Riddle the one that, did the Marauders map kind of thing? I feel like it. Todd. Indy. Ivan. But there's no A here. I just see it. Odie. Mm-hmm. Cody. Tut, like King Tut. Egyptian kind of background here. Um, Xeno. What's a xenophobe? Is that fear of strangers? What else? Yumi? Odin? Odin. Odin is here. Hi, Odin. um, um, there's another name here that begins with a V, like Vonti, like Vontu, something like that. I don't know what kind of background that comes from, but Enid. We hardly ever see Enid here. Emmy. Elwyn. Elwyn is also hidden here. What's his name? Tesla dude. Elon. Yeah, Elon here. Who else? I think that's it. I can move some stuff around here. Okay, so I don't know, what is Xeno like? Work with me here. Okay. Xenophobe. Phobia. Okay. Evil, hidden. Docs, like document. Yeah, there's document here. What the fuck? Okay. Xenophobia. Fear or hatred of strangers, foreigners, or anything perceived as foreign or different. It can manifest as prejudice, hostility, and discrimination against individuals based on their background, nationality, ethnicity, or other characteristics. Yeah, you know what I wondered? I wondered, like, maybe I'm not getting as much, like, footage, much of a head count, even though my content is badass. I think maybe, like, it's not like, oh, this is your growth path. Spirit's putting you to a test, and, like, this is how it normally works. Maybe, like, people are, like, racist against, my kind or something, or maybe I don't, maybe I don't look like marketable, and it's like I'm not your traditional pretty attractive, like I don't know what it is. There just doesn't seem to be any reason to. Oh, I see invent here. Okay, so let me try document and then invent, because that's where my focus should be, rather than, small earthly stuff. I guess I'll have to do invent, document, invent. Invent is bigger than document here, so invent, so docs, Some people are from Texas here. There's 2 W's here. So let's figure out where that goes. Okay. Woman? Oh, woman. What do you call it? I can hardly express. So what is it? It's by John Lennon. What is it? Yeah, I think that's what they want on here. So, do you see my ballet bracelet? It's so cute. It's so cute. I can't really show you in full because this is not the forum. All right, invent. Okay, back to here. Okay. Comment. Maybe there's being some comments made. Maybe there's auditors here. Again, I have Wowie here. Only those that know. That was like, that was a part of the discretion. Anyway. MMWW, what is this? Are these butterflies? Are these butterflies? We gotta figure out a place for this X. Okay, so excite. No, exist. Next. Something weird here. This was challenging, I must admit. Vox. What's VOX? I do not know. Let's get it. He's a sinner demon and one of the many powerful overlords of hell. Vox is the founder, former owner, and what is it? I don't know. Vox is Latin word for voice. Okay. So that's Helliverse Wiki though. I don't know what that means though. Vox is a general interest news site for the 21st century. Its mission is to help everyone understand our complicated blood. ... Okay. Who was Vox as a human? Vox was a cult leader and televangelist in the 1950s who was charismatic and authoritative. He gained a following through manipulation and desire for admiration stemming from an abusive childhood. He rose to power by killing his coworkers and creating a movement that he saw as a path to godlike status, which led to his death by being crushed by a television set. What is this? Where is this coming from anyway? Demon transformation, became a powerful overlord of hell after death and known for his control over media. Okay, so that's a fictional story, but oh, Vox is an acceptable word in Scrabble. But this is vocalization. Okay, voice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with that. Let's go with Vox. Okay. If it goes for Scrabble, it goes for bananagrams, and it goes for what I'm doing. Okay. All right. What else here? We got through the hard part. I don't know what Wix is though. We gotta look it up. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Maybe it means nothing. Damn it. Uh-oh, it froze again. We have hackers on the loose. Okay. Well, it's a platform. Like an app. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Okay. All right. So back to bigger worldly or bigger things. We're not going to forget about you avians, all right? Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just going to put in win because why the frig not? Unless it... Yeah. I mean, this is gift unlocked. Gifts unlocked, volume 1. Why do I feel like... They say that's a spiritual thing, a sign. When it feels like there's cobwebs on your face, your nose area. What the frickity frick? Anyway, I don't know what to do with these. This is crazy. You're gonna drive me crazy. Okay, we'll just go with it. I see you. What? Oh, I have exotic here too. Maybe I'll try that. No, I can't. Let me see here. No, because then I have to tear down invent. I feel like that's more important. Invent. Exotic. Yeah. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Fine. Exhume.